Here's me proving I'm doing it during that time. So, hi guys, my name is Sophia Ornelas, and today I'll be doing my speech. So, have you ever been watching the Olympics and seen a quick commercial of someone on a horse? Well, what you're most likely seeing was a show jumper. Show jumping has been in the Olympics for over 100 years, although it is less popular to hear about here in the States. In many parts of Europe, it is actually the most watched sport other than soccer. But what do they really do at these competitions, and what makes one successful? So, the purpose. Today I'm here to inform you guys of the world of competitive show jumping and how the competition works. The sport is the only sport in the Olympics where both male and female actually compete against each other. It is also the only Olympic sport which involves an animal, the horse, as an essential partner. So, what was the technicalities of the show jumping? Today I will inform you guys on the different types of show jumping in the US and Europe, the different rules, the type of horse one needs. So, the different types of show jumping. So in the US competitions, you will see 3 different types of events. The first will be hunters, which is judged on the horse's movement. So essentially one is pretty much competing against horses. And the second one would be equitation, which is kind of based on how the rider looks. And essentially that means that that the riders are competing against each other and what they look like. So the third, which is the one I'm going to be focusing on today, is jumpers, which is the one that's in the Olympics, and this is where rider and horse compete against the clock. So the main purpose is just to go fast over the course and go clear, which means like not knocking any rails over. And for all of these events, there are different heights, which range from 2 foot all the way upward to 5 feet. In European countries, you'll only see jumper events, so they don't do the hunters or equitation. So the rules to jumper events, there are things called tables, so we'll go into that a little later, but the basics is that the fastest to finish the course, which will consist to anything around 12 to 16 jumps without exceeding the time limit, and will be the winner. So for every second you go over the time limit, you get 1 fault, and if you knock any rails down, you get 4 faults, and if your horse refuses to jump one, you get 4 faults, and after 2 refusals, you are automatically eliminated. So if one goes clears, they will then go to the jump off. And the number of the people in the jump off can vary depending on how many people go clear in the first round. So it could be anything from like 20 people to 2 people, or maybe not even a jump off if only 1 person went clear in the first round. So now getting into jumper tables. So the tables are a different way to do that particular event. So table 2, section 2B is the most common way to hold a jumper competition class. And in this one, the rider will enter the ring and start the course, and after they have finished, if they go clear, they will wait around 45 seconds and a buzzer will go off, which will allow them to start the jump off course, which is a new course which usually has like 6 to 8 jumps, so you're just trying to go fast and clear. And then table 2, section 2A is one where it starts the same, like riders go in, and if they go clear, they would make it to the jump off. But in this one, you actually leave the ring and you wait till everyone in the class is done to continue the class. So once everyone's done their first round, whoever's made it to the jump off would then go back to do their jump off. And this is the format used for high ranked money classes, Grand Prix, and the Olympics. So table 2, section 3C, this is called the power and speed. In this format, riders will enter the ring and do around 8 to 10 jumps for the power portion, which is just attempting to go clear, obviously still going fast, but the main portion is to go clear. And then once you do those 8 to 10 jumps, you go straight, like without stopping, into the next round, which is the speed, which is around 5 to 7 jumps, and you do that like fast, and if you go clear in that, then like your class is over and whoever just did it fastest wins. So the main point, the horse and like rider, which is obviously the like most important part. So the rider needs to be willing to do super tight turns and know when to add and take out strides, when to like go faster, and think about like getting the horse positioned right so he never or she never knocks over any of the rails. And I just think this rider needs to be very willing and knowledgeable rider, because a lot of these courses are more harder than, let's say, the hunter or the equitation courses. The rider also needs to have great sponsors or very large pockets, because once one gets to the top of the sport, many horses will be worth anywhere from $100,000 to upwards to $1 million. So having that financial stability from either sponsors or just yourself is very necessary. And now for the horse, what makes a great show jumping horse? In the higher levels, the most common type of horses will be warm bloods. So having a good but willing to work temperament is the most important thing. A lot of these horses also need to be good at traveling, since there will be shows all over like the state. So our closest one here to San Jose would be Woodside, but the like nearest like other one would be like Sacramento, and then there's a lot down in SoCal. So a horse needs to be able to travel well. And then of course adjustability on course, which pretty much just means they can really quickly go slower or faster when the rider asks that of them, which is really important in jumpers. And they need to be super careful jumpers, so that means having their knees high up so they never knock any rails down, and they need to be quick and stamina to go fast, and they need a lot of strength to get out of those tight turns. So to restate everything, what makes a great show jumper are the things I just mentioned. So being quick, careful, and having a rider knowledgeable is very important. And in Europe and the US, there are different types of competition, but all include the jumper event seen in the Olympics. And as I've mentioned, the tables, there are different ways to conduct jumper classes. And then the purpose of this speech was to inform my audience that the technicalities of the show jumping world, and for you guys just to know that the horse does not do all the work and the rider does not just sit there. They need each other, and one great horse can make a great rider, and a great rider can make a great horse. So you really need that partnership. So thank you for your time.